Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about the importance of a corrector. Now I get asked a lot how to cover dark circles, and a lot of people ask me on, what shade of concealer to use. When I mention corrector, they're like, is it necessary? Can I not get away with just a concealer? Do I need to add an extra product? And so I just thought I would show you how much of a difference it makes. Now I'm really hoping it comes off on camera because it's really bright outside and I'm looking a little bit more bleached out, so the dark circles are not as intense on camera as they are in person, because when I'm looking at myself now they look really dark. But I'm going to try and show you one side with the corrector, one side without, and hopefully you can see the difference. So the corrector I'm going to use today is my Clinique Even Better Concealer in the shade Orange Brightener, and it's just basically an orange corrector. You could also use the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Orange Brightener. This is just as good. The only reason I'm not using this today is because my eyes feel a little bit dry underneath, and this is a little bit more of a drier product. This is a lot more creamier, and so I'm going to use this today. Okay, and I've just taken some out on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to place that just where I've got my dark circles. Now remember, this is orange and it's gonna come off as orange, so you only want to apply this where you have darkness. When I'm using my finger, I prefer pushing the product into the skin rather than just sweeping it around. Gonna go with this onto my eyelid as well. Okay, so I'm gonna try and lean in a bit closer. I don't know if I'm gonna stay in focus, but I don't know if you can see the difference already. Although this looks orange, and as I'm looking at myself, I know it looks orange, but the blue undercolor, the undertone of the dark circles, which is almost bluish purple, that's being cancelled with the orange, and that's what the corrector does. It will neutralize that for you. Okay, so I'm going to use the same concealer on both sides, and today I'm actually going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal. Now, although this side is a bit dry, one layer of this seems to be okay. It's when I layer up the concealer, corrector and all that, it's a problem. Having said that, I might need to put 2 layers just to see if I can conceal my dark circles, but we'll see how we go. I'm mixing 2 shades. This is pure beige and that's medium beige. It's just slightly darker and warmer. And I'm just mixing the 2 of them up equally on the back of my hand, so it's a fair comparison between the 2 eyes. And I'm going to use my beauty blender to place that one. If you have the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, that works just as well. Okay, so again, as I'm looking at myself now, I find that this is completely neutralized and I've only put 1 layer of it. So I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay, so that's 1 layer as well. Now, I'm not sure if you can see this on camera. As I'm looking at myself in person, this looks a little bit grey. I can see this, I can still see the dark circle under my eye On this side, I can't. So I'm going to go in with a second layer of the same concealer. Okay, and still, this side looks a lot more natural than this. I mean, I really don't know if this is coming off on camera, I really hope it is. But in person, that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm actually going to go in with a third layer because I'm not happy with the coverage and with the finish of this. It doesn't look anywhere near like this. This side does in person. So let's try one more layer. The great thing about using a sponge and using a beauty blender or a miracle complexion sponge is, even though I'm applying quite a few layers on this side, it's not getting cakey. If I continue to apply layers, then it will get cakey, but right now, with the third layer, it hasn't got cakey. But I don't know how this is looking on camera. What I can see in person is this side looks a lot lighter than this side. This side looks like it's blended into my skin quite naturally. This looks a lot lighter, but also this portion of my dark circles, and this is where I am the darkest, it looks grey. So I don't know if you can see what the difference is, but that's the benefit of using a corrector. First of all, you neutralize the greyness or the blue or purple undertones, which causes this greyness when you only use a concealer. And secondly, use less product. So looking at it now, I can see a bit of concealer on this side. I can see that I've put something under my eye. On this side, can't see anything, and it looks completely natural. The same thing around the skin, around the face. I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Conceal for this. Here, I've got darkness here. I've got some here, but I'm not going to cover that. And I've actually put corrector on the worst side of my face. I should have done it the other way around. But let's just... For us Indians and women of colour, we're very, very prone to different tones in the skin and darkness around the mouth and the forehead. So this is a very common issue. Okay, and then I'm going to use my MAC Pro Longwear foundation. I'm in the shade NC42. Just taking a little bit, I don't want a lot. And once again, using my beauty blender, I'm going to go over the area. Okay, immediately as I've put it on, this bit has gone grey, and that's literally just an instant result. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that line? Whereas it's not so visible on this side, but this has instantly turned grey. I'll put another bit of foundation. Let's hope that covers it up. Just even that out around the area. Okay, so that's 2 layers of foundation and this still looks grey. This side I would need to put a little bit more corrector because it's slightly coming through, but it's not as grey as that. So if you have any other questions, please let me know. But to sum it up, a corrector will basically neutralize the bluish purple undertones of the dark areas. It will help to reduce the amount of concealer you use, and also it will give you a more natural finish. If you use a concealer without the corrector, you'll need more of it. You won't get the same flawless finish and the natural finish, and also you will get a bit of ashiness coming through or grayness coming through. And that is purely because the concealer that you're using is shades lighter than the area that you're trying to cover up. So if you can imagine, your dark circles or your hyperpigmentation are going to be a lot darker than the rest of your skin. The concealer corrector that you use will be close to your skin tone. Now if you use that concealer on that darker area, it is going to create a grey cast. So just bear that in mind. It will mean that that you need to buy an extra product, but you would use less of your concealer, which would mean that you would be repurchasing it less frequently. So anyway, I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, be sure to comment down below and I will definitely get back to you. But for now, thank you for watching and I will see you guys next week. Bye.